to keto, my friends. Call me Jelly. I've used a ketogenic journey to lose 207 pounds so far, but I am not done yet. This is also day 14 of phase 1 from In Your Carb Confusion by Dr. Westman and Amy Berger. So, how am I doing so far? Well, let me just make sure I got the day right. I overslept this morning and I've been running behind on everything and I have no energy and a slight headache, but not bad enough to go near the ibuprofen because I don't want to go up on the scale tomorrow just because of water weight. So let me go ahead and show you this morning's numbers. Yesterday, Carb Manager, the Fitbit, all that good stuff, and we'll have a chit chat while I wait for the AC/heater repairman to get here because my heater's broken. Yay. Alright, I had 9 total carbs, 82 fat grams, 161 protein, 1392 calories yesterday. All around, I think it was a great macro day. Okay, so yesterday's activity was not the best. 5 out of 5 hours I did move. I got almost 6,000 steps, but it's okay. Got more sleep, 2 hours more than I like. I did end up with a headache, but not as bad as usual. Glucose 83. Ketone 0.1. So there's no ketones in my blood, but there's no sugar in my blood because I have not had any carbs over 12 since what? Week 1? KI 46.1. Glucose is good. Really no ketones. I'm going to explain why. Very hot. Having my second collagen coffee already. It's 10 a.m. I've only been up for 2 hours and I sucked down the first one so fast this morning. One, because I don't have a lid. It broke and it gets cold fast and I like it crazy hot. Not like burn my tongue hot, but almost right in between. I don't like it lukewarm. So usually I take a few hours. For some reason, with the lid, it will stay nice and warm for hours. Without it, probably because my heater is also broken and it's cold in here, and that's why I've been complaining about being frozen, because even if I set it on 80, it doesn't get much above 68. When I was a fat girl, even last year, 68 would have been too hot for me. But after losing the weight I have this summer, well, this past summer, I am freezing all the time and 68 is killing me. And my electric bill is crazy high to get it because I'm on like 75 and 80 just to get it to the 68. So thank God they're coming today to fix it. I just thought it was how it was because, you know, I've only lived here being fat. I've never lived here at the weight I am right now until this year. I've never put the heat above 64. Even this year I kept it 64 and I was freezing, but I was miserable. I couldn't work out. I couldn't walk around my house. I couldn't clean my house. I couldn't do anything because I was in like 4 and 5 layers of clothes, plus needed to be on the couch in blankies in front of the space heater because I didn't want a high electric bill. But it probably wouldn't have been so high if it wasn't so broken. That's the issue there. I think it'll be normal electric bill once it's fixed. So yeah, I never, this is the first year I can say I'm dying of freezing to death. Like my bones just feel like they cannot get warm. Of course, you know, there's no installation much left in certain areas, especially my arms, stuff like that. I still do have fat all over my stomach, my thighs, and I am working on that. So, as you saw, I was not in ketosis. So let's talk about that. You get in ketosis by breaking down fat cells, whether it's fat cells you just ate or fat cells on your body. You break it down, it turns to ketones in your bloodstream, you burn it for fuel, right? It's pretty simple. What if you've not really been eating that many fat lately, like me? What if you don't have tons of fat left on your body to burn, like me? Are you going to be in ketosis? Yes, you are running on ketones still. You are keto still. Do you have enough ketones in your body to help with seizures and stuff like that? Probably not, because all the ketones you are using, like burning, creating, whatever, you're burning them as soon as you create them. They're not going to show up in your bloodstream unless you go over there and you eat a bunch of fats, and then 30 minutes to an hour later, take your blood sugar and your ketones, and bam, you're magically in ketosis, right? You're not magically in ketosis because you're burning that fat off your body. It's because you just ate fat, and now your body has to burn the fat you just ate before it can burn the fat that's on its body. That's why I'm not too upset. It took me a while to really understand this science, because I kept going to other YouTube channels where it's all about being in high ketosis, moderate ketosis at least. You have to have fat to burn fat, blah, blah, blah. It's not exactly true. You just have to not have carbs in your body to burn fat. You're just not going to have extra to pee out. That's why after the first couple of weeks, the pee strips don't work anymore. You're not expelling any from your body. It's not going in your bloodstream really, because you're using it as fast as it gets there. I'm sure if I was to take it right now after having collagen coffee this morning, it would be closer to a lower GKI, but I'm only taking them in the morning. I just want to see what's happening when I'm fasting that many hours, because I am not having carbs. Like you see, the highest I've had in over a week is 12. It's been 4, 7, 9, and 12s. So I know I am not burning sugar. The only time I am burning sugar is when my liver makes it to feed my brain, right? Which it does. Everyone's does, or you would die. Also, when I have ibuprofen for some reason, it does trigger my liver to create more sugar. But that's okay, because I haven't had any in a few days. So I'm not really concerned about those ketone numbers right now. Later I will be in the future for feeling better. But I'm on a weight loss goal right now. Like, my focus is 100% on that weight loss. So you might be saying, well, why does the other YouTuber say you need to at least be low ketosis or something? So when you're in those numbers, you have an excess amount of ketones in your bloodstream. You're burning, your body's eating some fat, whether it's something it burned from its body or more or less what you just ate. It keeps you fuller longer. It stops the hunger hormone from releasing and making you feel like you're famished. Now, your brain can make you feel like you're famished because it's a mental game, and that's a whole nother story that if you caught my live last night, I covered. If not, go check. So, which is really my tonight. It's so confusing when I have to talk in the past and future in these videos. But, so you have to do you. Do you need to eat the fat to stay full because if you do feel a little hunger, you can't control it and you go binge or something? Or can you feel a little hungry, or maybe now you need the fat not to feel hungry because you have enough fat on your body still? It's like a game. You're the science experiment and the scientist. I can't tell you what's going to work for your body. Just like none of those ketoers on YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, even some of the doctors could never have told me the crap I was going to go through because of all my underlying conditions. You can't tell me how to do keto because I have so many underlying conditions. All you can do is tell me the way you do keto and what you experience. The same with me. All I can do is tell you how I do keto, what I've experienced, what I've heard other people say, what I've read in books. And mine pushes it farther through the limit than most of them do because I'm telling you, you don't have to eat more than 45 fat grams a day if you don't want to. And yes, you're still keto, even if this GKI says you're not in ketosis. As long as your carbs are 20 total or less, you're in ketosis, no matter what this thing says. It's just you are utilizing the ketones faster than they can be read on this thing. That's the difference. Now, if you were to go eat the 100 or more fat grams, I'm sure that's going to read ketosis for you with no problem, like it would for me. But as you've seen the last few days, the only fat I'm getting is the half a tablespoon of butter that goes in my coffee each day and the eggs I had yesterday. I don't even think I had cheese yesterday, right? No cheese. So, and boneless, skinless chicken breast really doesn't have any fats. So that is why. That is why these numbers are crazy high. And not in the good way crazy high, right? Because we all want we want the GKI as low as possible. I mean, but the actual keto, it's silly how it goes and it can confuse you. But I'm okay with the numbers. It doesn't bother me because I really listen to the science. I really listen to why Dr. Eric Westman does not tell people to use these, because as long as you're following phase 1 or page 4, you're in ketosis no matter what this little baby says, because a lot of us don't always do the high fat. And my stomach feels better when I'm not doing the high fats. I'm going to be honest, because my body does not like to break down tons of fats. And yes, I know. Okay, I can break down tons of fats. Like I can do 130 fat grams if I'm on net carbs. But not the net carbs that come from vegetables, because me and vegetables are not friends. And I really miss broccoli, people. I haven't seen so many keto broccoli and cheese soups, and I'm so jealous because I used to could eat that. The bigger I was, the more I didn't seem to be in tune with my body. I didn't notice which foods were making me so sick. The smaller I've gotten, it happens instantly. It's like my body's way more sensitive, and it's just like, bam, I know what I can and can't have. 1, my nose will run like crazy. 2, the heartburn starts, the gas, the burping, the swelling, the almost throwing up everywhere. So if my body's gonna react like that, I'm not gonna eat it. It's not worth it, because I'm getting more inflammation from being that way than any vitamin or mineral that might come from that food. And it's yes, I'm hoping one day I will try broccoli again one day, but every time I try it, it always fails. And yes, I'm not giving up on broccoli, because my eggs were that way. There is one brand of eggs that I can eat. Maybe there's a brand of broccoli out there I can eat. It sounds weird, right? But no, I can't have growth hormones. I can't have a bunch of crap. Everything has to be pure, as clean as possible, organic. But I suck at gardening, so I can't grow my own stuff. So, it's one of those things we need. We all have different problems. And that's what I love about the book, is it explains that, like, I'm going to use this analogy probably a million times, and I wish I had it in the beginning. We're all in a different car. We all started off at a different location. We're all ending our trip in a different location. Some of us have brand new cars. Some of us have cars that's 100 years old, and not really, but let's just pretend. And no issues underneath that hood at all, when some of us has a car that's, let's say, 2 years old with tons of issues underneath that hood. They're all going to make that journey different. Some might have to pull over and stop for a while. Some might need to get some oil change and all kind of crap and new tires on the road and repair itself before it can keep continuing down the journey. It's still taking in the same gas. We're not changing the gas, meaning we're staying keto. But You might just be stalled because your car's getting fixed. So your body is getting fixed. So if you're stalled and you're doing everything right and you're 20 total carbs or less, it's because something on the inside of your body is not healthy and it is being fixed. So you're on a layover, and who knows how long that might take to fix. And then once it's fixed, you can go again. Now, if you're eating nuts, if you're doing a lot of dairy, these are things that can cause people to stall. So I would check those things out before you stay on that layover too much. I would toss them out the window just to see what happens, because you might be in a car repair place when you don't need to be. You just need to take some luggage out and get back on the road and go. Yeah, that might not be in the book, but yeah, I came up with that on my own just now because I'm having a blog moment day talking about cars, but it's still the same. It's still the same theory. Like, that's why nuts is not in phase 1 or page 4. That is why you're not gonna find berries, because people tend to overeat them quickly too. And they can stall people. There are people allergic to strawberries and different kind of berries. Also, you're not going to find much dairy. You get 4 ounces of cheese a day. You get 2 heavy cream, and you get like 2 tablespoons of butter. And I mean 2 tablespoons of heavy cream, 2 tablespoons of butter, 2 tablespoons of cream cheese. They are limiting your cheese intake on purpose because a lot of people have lactose issues without being lactose intolerant. So the whole way is to try to give you a program that isn't going to stall you. Now, if you're eating a lot of dirty keto, you might be someone who can't do it too. That could be a reason you're stalled. There are some beef sticks that I love, and sometimes they stall me and sometimes they don't. You might have a nightshade issue where you can't be eating that eggplant or peppers or tomatoes, even paprika. It can stall you. I love paprika, but I do notice sometimes it does stall me in some of the seasonings. I do way better when I don't have nightshades, and I think I feel healthier without nightshades. So after I'm done eating these peppers and tomatoes, because I don't want them to go to waste, and I've already meal prepped for the next 4 days, like planned it out in my head. After that, I might go back to my experiment I tried before after watching Keto Diamond with the nightshade thing, where I didn't have nightshades for a while, and I think my fibromyalgia was actually better. I know my arthritis was better. I broke my tailbone before and it has arthritis there. I broke my ankle before and it has arthritis. I have arthritis in my joints on my hands, my wrist, because I have carpal tunnel in both hands. And nightshades are really bad for those conditions. And I can't remember, I mean, I could go search the videos because there were months of them. I just can't remember if it was that much better because I wasn't eating it, or if it was because it was summer, because my conditions are very mild during the warmer months. So, I don't know. I just gotta remind myself, no nightshades for a week or two to see if it makes a difference, which is hard because they are some of the only vegetables I can eat that's keto friendly for total carbs. That's the problem. Net carbs, this girl eats carrots. This carrot girl will eat berries when I am doing net carbs all day long. You will see me eating carrots every day almost, and I will lose weight because I can do net carbs with carrots and stuff. I have no allergies to carrots, thank God, because when I was a little girl, my grandfather had a big giant garden. He grew the tiny, fat, the really, okay, not the little ones you find in the store. Like, I don't even know what kind of carrots these were, how to find them. They're about this short, really fat, and so yummy and sweet. And when I was a little girl, I used to go over there and he would just pull them right out of the garden, rinse them off, and I would eat them all day long. And I did that with pickles too. He always had pickles in the house for me. So as a little girl, I spent most of my time eating pickles and carrots, like all the time. So my weight issue didn't start until I was 8 years old, when I went through a traumatic event, which gave me post-traumatic stress syndrome for the rest of my life. And I bloomed up. I had an adrenal gland issue from it. It runs in my family with adrenal gland issue, but it like triggered it really bad, and I ballooned up over 30 something pounds with a big swollen stomach and everything in less than 30 days. And that was not from eating anything extra. It was a shock to my system, which caused my adrenal gland to go completely insane, and that started me down that road. When I look back at the pictures, I wasn't really big, but because I was way taller and weighed more than all the kids, I was teased so bad. I didn't really start getting huge until I hit puberty, and polycystic ovary syndrome set in, but no one told me I had it. They actually didn't discover it until I was in my 30s. And it explained my infertility and everything, like my whole life, with doctors being a-holes to me when I had an underlying condition that they were missing. And I had every symptom. Even my mom told me I probably had it. And when I was 20 something, I asked my GYN then, and she's like, no, you don't have it. She didn't do any tests, nothing. She said I didn't have it. But when I look at my pictures from that time frame, you can normally spot someone with it, and I looked like I had it. So yeah, bad doctors. But so I was able to lose some weight during the Richard Simmons big giant thing. Like, I did his videos all the time, and I did his little diet, which was a very low carb. It was basically broccoli, which I miss my broccoli, plain boneless, skinless, microwaved or cooked on the stove chicken breast, not in any oils. Like, it was a low fat diet too, though. You could have only 25 grams of fat a day. But I got sick of moving those carbs. I did lose weight because I didn't really have any carbs in my body, but moving cards all day and you could only have what was on those cards, and it was not a variety, and here I am 18. Yeah, that didn't last long, and I didn't lose weight like I did now. And then I tried everything in the future, you know, Weight Watchers, you name it, nothing ever worked because nothing was focused around high fat, barely any carbs at all. Even Atkins was hard because everyone was telling me you're going to kill yourself, and I believed them when they told me the Atkins diet, the doctor died of a heart attack. No, he died from slipping, what was it, on the ice or something, and hit his head. Yeah, but keto worked, and I didn't think it would. Every time I got on a stall, I was like, okay, I'm going to be 260 for the rest of my life, it's okay. I'm going to be 220 for the rest of my life, it's okay. I'm going to be in the 190s for the rest of my life, it's okay, because that was a huge stall. Like, almost a year. But that is when I discovered it was my ibuprofens that was making it, where I could only go up and down the same 15 pounds. Literally, it was raising my blood sugar at that time because I wasn't healed all the way too much, and it was causing my body to run on glucose instead of ketones like it should be. But once I figured out the corporate, I figured out it made sense. I understood why I stalled from September to January every year, because I take those religiously during that time because this fibromyalgia and all that other crap flares up really bad. I know I've been talking a long time, but it's just because you got to pull over and have repairs and you're on that layover doesn't mean your journey is over. I thought it was each time. Literally thought, this is it. When I hit 170, I was like, am I ever gonna go lower? And I did quickly, and now I just realized whatever I'm at, I'm gonna get past it. I might go up a little, I might go down a little, up a little, roller coaster ride around the corner and back and forth, but I will meet my goal, and hopefully by summer this year. So that being said, me rattling for over 20 something minutes, let me go ahead and show you today's weigh-in. That's right, back down to my lowest. This girl is happy, and it is that time of the month. I'm back to my low. And why am I excited about being back to my low? Because there were so many times since September that I hit about 162 and shot up the next day and couldn't get back there for months on end. And I am at a new low that even though I took the ibuprofen, had some Boreon cubes with maltodextrin in it, even though I had some stomach issues with a lot of inflammation, I am back down so quickly, which means it is a legit low. It is not one that I'm going to have to fight months and months and months to get back to, because I am back to it. Tomorrow will be the weigh-in to see if I actually lost any weight this week or stayed the same, because right now, even though I went up and down, and it is that time of the month, people, it is Shark Week. It is Shark Week. And I am not up a single ounce. And it is day 2 or 3, I think 2, of actual Shark Week. As of right this minute, I am exactly where I started this week off at. And I am fine with that because I took 4 of these bad boys, I think, this week. It's on my chart. We'll go over it tomorrow morning with the actual weigh-in for the week. Because today, you know, whatever today is, tomorrow will tell. So I am hoping tomorrow morning I am at least the same weight or under. Because if I can go through Shark Week and actually take some of those ibuprofens and not gain weight, that is progress, like huge progress for me. So now I'm going to shut up, do whatever I need to do before the heater man gets here, and I'll show you what I eat today. Because I'm not having breakfast, I decided to stay away from eggs today because the heartburn was so bad yesterday. I need to give my stomach a day. I think I'm going to do eggs every other day. I can't quit them because then I'll become really allergic to them. So today's a no egg day. After he leaves, whatever time that is, I will probably be doing that roast beef thing like I did yesterday. I will totally show y'all, and then I'll show you my dinner. Which I haven't decided if I'm going to do burgers or go to Zaxby's and get some wings with my daughter. But I'm also afraid, maybe I'll do the wings tomorrow because I don't want it to mess up my weigh-in. Because sometimes it does put a little water weight on me. So, I guess I'm doing burgers for dinner. We'll see. We'll see. Okay, so my heating unit is way too frozen for them to even test right now. So I have to wait for them to come back later. Everything had to be turned off because my emergency strips aren't working as well. So there's no way to heat the house even on the emergency strips. It's already 68, so let's see how cold it gets in here because I'm about to go put a jacket on, I think. Yeah, I am hungry. It is 1 o'clock, so we are making my lunch. I just weighed out 4, let me make sure, 4.5 ounces of the roast beef. We are going to use 1 slice of this. I decided to go ahead and try another Kobe Jack. I haven't tried it in a while. So this one is not even 1 carb a slice. The other one is 1 carb a slice. So that's why I decided to mix it up. 1 and 1. Less carbs, right? So now, let me get my little handy thingy here. I'm going to tear this out. We're going to put it back to grams because I want some mayo. And we're going to do 1 tablespoon. You'd be surprised. That's not even 1 tablespoon yet. That's a tablespoon. I like to measure stuff through weight. 15 grams is 1 tablespoon. I find it more accurate than actually squirting it in the tablespoon. Always tend to have that wrong. Okay, we're going to tear it back out, tar it out, however you say it. We're going to throw in some lettuce. A lot of people like to do lettuce wraps. I've done them multiple times, but with the roast beef, it's huge. So I just do it as the wrap. And then I stuff it with the lettuce and stuff. And I'm picky about my lettuce. I hate the hard white ones. So I'm having to dig through. I'm going to 30 grams, and that's 30 grams. Here's where if you want to stick some olive oil on it for some healthy fats, if you're worried about your fats and stuff. Also, olive oil is supposed to help you lose weight. This is where I would stick it on, but I'm not worried about fats right now. Oh, I forgot to put about the 0. And that is 39 grams of tomato. Himalayan salt. Sometimes I throw Italian seasoning and stuff like that on here too. Or ranch seasoning. But this is it. And then I just roll it. Which can be quite messy. That's why I always put my mayo down first, like under it all. I just work it, and squeeze it because I don't like it really wide. And voila. And then you just cut it in half and eat it. So they can't do it today, so they won't be back until tomorrow. So I'm sleeping on the couch with the space heater tonight because it is sunny and not freezing outside right now, but it's going to be tonight, and I'm in this room with the space heater shut because I am freezing. It's 4:30. I am having 4.5 ounces of boneless, skinless chicken breast from yesterday. I am having 2 patties of New York strips hamburger meat, which comes to 7 ounces, well, 7.5 ounces, and 1 ounce of cheese. Each little patty has half an ounce on it. Can you say hi to YouTube? Oh, you want the phone now. You're like, you're not recording me. Don't hit it. Hi, honey. She thinks she needs to take my phone from me every time I put it in front of her. I guess it's going to be the ending of my video because I have to get ready very soon for the live. So it is cold. My house is going to be really cold tonight. And she has got my favorite pajamas covered in cat hair, so now I have to go lint them and wash them. So I won't be wearing these tonight. She was naughty. I now discover when she's scratching me, because she scratched me again, she is literally wrapping her whole paw and digging it into my hand and pulling my hand to her, and now I understand why. Not only does she want to be picked up, and that's her way of telling me, but she wants me to pet wherever she just put my hand. Because I had stopped petting her, and that was a no-go. No-go. No-go, she said, and grabbed my hand, pulled it back to her head, literally, and then jumped into my lap. And wanted me to pet her head. Of course, my daughter yells at me and tells me, Mommy, you're teaching her bad things. Do not reward her. I'm like, kid, even when I didn't reward you as a child, it didn't work. So there's no teaching her any more than teaching my kid. So, honey, are you coming back? I'm watching the redbirds. There's a bunch of redbirds. Let me see if I can show y'all. Oh, as soon as I turned it around to face them, they flew off. My mom took my daughter's swing set from when she was little and turned it into bird feeders. Took all the stuff off and just hangs tons of bird feeders. So yeah, soon I have to get ready. But my sinuses will bother me a little because it's cold. No matter what I eat, it doesn't settle for the first 15 minutes. I've always drank a hot coffee with my food right afterwards. But I finished my coffee like at 2 today. and I didn't want a fourth one. I'm trying to keep it 3 and under. So I came outside to walk a little bit. I did get 30 minutes in the headset today of exercise. I decided I've been overdoing it, especially since it's fibromyalgia time. I don't want to take Motrin and stuff, so I'm going to do 30 minutes at a time. Maybe only 30 minutes a day working out right now. And I'm not going to push for the 10,000 steps this week, especially since it's that time of the month I'm in cramping really bad. I'm going to push for 5,000 plus, which, yeah, I need higher than that, but we're going to give myself a break during that time of the month week. That's what I've decided. But not a break on the carbs at all. I am going as low as carbs as possible because on total carbs, this girl cannot do veggies. So there ain't to me I can eat anyways. So as long as I'm careful with cheeses and stuff, my carbs are really low. So, and it's not the low carb thing that makes me feel sick. It's, I think, the amount of vegetables I take in that makes me feel sick. I think it's why I say net carbs do me better, because I'm not really eating any vegetables when I'm doing net carb other than carrots and stuff like that. Like, I can eat those kind of vegetables that you can't on total carb. So I think that's the difference. I can't handle the total carb vegetables, and the net carb ones I can. So, but this was a goal I gave myself, and I promised y'all, so I am not giving up. I am sticking to phase 1 for the whole entire month of January. We'll see for sure what I do in February, but when I set a goal for myself now, I like to live up to it. Before, it was just like, oh, who cares anymore? I never thought I could achieve goals, so I just gave up. Now, I know I can achieve goals, so I don't let myself give up. Even if I want those perfect keto snickerdoodle protein cookies. Oh boy, do I want some, especially that time of the month. I have some cravings, people. The last 4 days, I am craving city. So I think I'm doing really, really, really good. So I'm shutting up because this has been a long video, and I hope y'all caught my live last night, which is tonight. But for y'all, since you're watching it the next day, yeah. Do you want to be in the show? Honey, you want to say hi? You want to show people you got fleas? Do you have fleas? Honey! Why do you always like to show your butt? Come back. No, you're going to run away.